Let me start with a sentence that sounds like a horror movie, but it is not. My mom walked into the room, and I knew she was not my mom. Not I suspected, not I was unsure. My brain delivered it like a fact. And if you have never heard of Capgras Delusion, your first reaction might be judgment or disbelief or nervous laughter. But Capgras is not funny. It is one of the most unsettling brain glitches because it attacks the thing you trust without thinking: recognition. That instant internal click that says, that is my person. Now imagine the face is correct, the voice is correct, the mannerisms are correct, but the feeling is missing. No warmth, no familiarity, no safe signal. And the human brain hates blank, so it fills blank with a story. Sometimes the story is impostor.
Capgras Delusion is a delusional misidentification syndrome. The person usually recognizes the face visually, but the emotional familiarity signal fails to activate. This mismatch can lead the brain to generate an explanation that reduces uncertainty. Impostor.
So the face scanner works, but the my person feeling is offline. That is terrifying, because you cannot argue someone's nervous system back into calm.
Exactly. Let me ground this in what families describe. A woman wakes up in the hospital after an accident. Her husband comes in smiling and relieved. She looks at him and feels nothing. Later she says, he looked correct, but he felt wrong. That one sentence is Capgras in a nutshell. Here is the simplest way to understand Capgras. Your brain does two big jobs when you see someone you love. Job 1, identify the face. Job 2, attach familiarity. Capgras happens when job 1 still works, but job 2 fails. So your eyes send the right data, but your body delivers the wrong feeling. And the brain trusts the feeling, because feelings ride on survival circuits older than logic.
This is often described as a disconnection between facial recognition systems and affective response systems. The anomaly is the missing familiarity signal. The belief evaluation system then accepts an improbable explanation.
This can show up with medical contexts. Not always, but often enough that you treat it seriously. Brain injury, stroke, dementia, psychosis, severe sleep deprivation, medication effects, severe illness. Families miss it because the person can still speak clearly. They can sound normal, except for one belief that is fixed.
And people around them take it personal, like you're choosing this. But your body does not choose the fear signal. Your brain just fires it.
Why does it target the people closest to you? Because the familiarity signal is strongest with the people you are bonded to. So when it goes missing, the gap is loudest where love used to be loud. The first mistake families make is arguing, because the instinct is, I am about to prove I am me. But Capgras is not a logic problem. It is a safety feeling problem. Here is the pattern. A spouse hears, you are not my husband. He gets offended, starts listing proof. Wedding photos, memories, inside jokes. And the person with Capgras gets more frightened because to them, that is what a fake person would do.
You can be right and still make it worse.
What helps in the moment? Lower the temperature, soft voice, slow movements, give space, validate the emotion, not the delusion. Say, I can see you feel unsafe. That sounds scary. We are going to get help. Offer choices. Sit here or there, lights on or off. Reduce stimulation. No crowd, no chaotic debate. Bring in support early. Do not carry this alone.
De-escalation reduces autonomic arousal. Confrontation increases agitation. Validation of emotion without reinforcing the belief reduces threat perception.
Treat it as urgent when you see threats, weapons, refusal to eat due to poisoning fears, no sleep for multiple nights, or sudden neurological signs. If you cannot keep everyone safe, call emergency services. Use medical language. This person is having a delusion and may be medically unstable. Capgras is a story built to explain a mismatch. Your brain is a prediction machine. It doesn't just see, it predicts what you should feel. When your mom walks in, your brain expects the warmth signature. When warmth does not arrive, the brain experiences an error. It hates unresolved error, so it chooses an explanation that makes the feeling make sense. If I feel unfamiliar, then the person must be unfamiliar. Impostor.
The brain may decide the external world has changed, rather than accept internal processing has changed. The imposter hypothesis reduces cognitive dissonance.
Strangers are not heavily tagged. Your inner circle is. So when the tag goes missing, neutral becomes suspicious. Suspicious becomes fake. Fake becomes danger.
Your brain could have picked temporary emotional outage, but it chose spy movie.
Capgras teaches an unsettling truth. Your brain can recognize a face and still fail to recognize a person emotionally. Familiarity is a signal, not just a memory. So what do you do if the signal is broken? You stop trying to force recognition and start building safety. Routine, calm lighting, familiar music, reduced chaos. Consistent sleep. Language matters. Instead of, you know me. Try, you are safe right now. I am here. We are getting help.
Dignity-based care preserves safety and reduces unnecessary suffering. Caregivers require boundaries, support, and respite.
Compassion without boundaries becomes collapse. Secure weapons if needed. Step away during escalation. Call support early. Medical evaluation is non-negotiable. Schedule breaks.
Caregivers are grieving while paying bills and cooking dinner. If you feel hurt, that is human. Just respond like it is medical, not personal.
If this ever touches your life, do not shame it. Do not debate it. Do not ignore it. De-escalate fear. Seek medical evaluation. Protect safety. Protect dignity. If you want more human biology mysteries like this, subscribe and tell me in the comments, if a loved one truly believed you were an imposter, what would you do first?
Let's find the good life deep inside.